Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is MMA for you. I'm going to be doing predictions for Bellator 71, which is going to happen this Friday, June 22nd on MTV2. Okay, they're going to kick off the light heavyweight tournament. We're going to see the quarterfinals, the return of Brett Rogers, or not the return, but Brett Rogers makes his debut for Bellator as well. Decent undercard, actually, like Tim Carpenter, Dan Spahn, EJ Brooks. So there's it's actually, I mean, these light heavyweights, they're not like the best fighters. It's hard to find good light heavyweight prospects at this time. They just aren't out there. And Bellator really tried to find some, like Attila Vegh, for example, like the Emanuel Newton, who's all right. But yeah, otherwise, it could be an all right show. It's tough to say, you know, if it's gonna be that good or not. With these particular fighters, you know, it's really hard for me to say if this will be an awesome show or just like a mess show as far as the main card goes. Let's get started. Travis Beau fights Chris Davis. I got Travis Beau. He beat Christian Mpumbu in his last fight. Who's the current champion by decision. The guy has over he has like over 80 fights now. You know, he's been around the block. He's huge for the weight class too. He has good wrestling, good top control, and he's just been there. You know, he's fought everyone, lost to a good amount of guys, beaten some decent guys as well. I gotta go with Beau. Chris Davis, you know, he's last fought in March 2011. He is a finisher, though. You know, 5 wins by KO or TKO, 5 wins by sub. But, you know, I just can't pick him to win this one. I got Travis Beau winning this one. Okay, next fight after that, Attila Vegh fights Zelg Galesic. I remember seeing Zelg get choked out by Shlamenko with a guillotine choke. Cool thing about Zelg is, like, win or lose, the fight always ends in a finish. So that's pretty cool. He's fought as low as middleweight, and he's as low, but he's fought in middleweight as well as light heavyweight. Attila Vegh honestly looks like a guy that can cut to middleweight as well, to be honest with you. But I like Attila Vegh to fight him to win this one. He has a really good record, over 30 fights, 25-4-2 record, 9 wins by KO or TKO, 10 wins by sub, 5-fight win streak. I wasn't too impressed with him when he fought Dan Spahn in his last fight. He did win, split decision. His stand-up was decent. He has a good clinch and some solid Greco-Roman skills. I think that can help carry him to a victory against Zelg here. Okay, next fight after that, Emanuel Newton fights Roy Broughton. I haven't seen Broughton fight. He does train at Cesar Gracie and is coming off a 3-fight win streak. I have seen Emanuel Newton fight in like MFC. You know, I believe he's fought like Ryan Jimmo, for example. I'm trying to think of other guys he's fought at the moment, but it's not coming to my mind right now. Trains over here in Orange County in Rain/Kings MMA. He is coming off a 5-fight win streak. He's only 28 years old. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's the guy who does some. He has a karate background. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure. I should have actually checked. But I got Emanuel Newton winning this one. He's way more experience. Fought some decent guys and whatnot. I'll go with Emanuel Newton to win this one. Okay, next fight, I thought Beau Tribolet fights Richard Hale. I like Richard Hale to win this one. He has solid boxing. He showed his boxing against Christian Mpumbu. One of his biggest problems is he goes straight back and he drops his hands. And Christian Mpumbu managed to capitalize on that with a vicious overhand right. He also has really good submissions. As you know, he did that reverse triangle as well. He's only 27 years old. And he's huge for the weight class. He's 6'4". I always thought that Richard Hale was like a solid. If there is a prospect, I'd say he is a prospect in the light heavyweight division. He's pretty solid. I quite honestly, I think he's pretty solid. With Beau Tribolet It's 7-1 record, 2 wins by KO or TKO, 5 wins by sub. He's on a 7-fight win streak, actually. You know, he's only lost his first MMA fight. I think View's going to be the older fighter, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's in his 30s, whereas Richard Hale's like 27. Yeah, I got to go with Richard Hale to win this one. I'm actually pretty high on him. You know, I think he could actually fight in the UFC. To be honest, he can fight like the Igor Prokryaks or like the Anthony Parashas or guys like that, and possibly beat those guys. So yeah, I like Richard Hale to win this one. Finally, Brett the Grim Rogers fights Kevin Asplund. Both these guys used to train with each other, actually. I'll go with Rogers. Kind of a sentimental pick, though. Even though Asplund has a 15-1 record, 5 wins by KO or TKO, 6 wins by sub, and he's on a 15-fight win streak. You know, he's only lost his first ever pro MMA bout. Whereas Rogers is really on a really bad skid right now. I mean, you know, he lost to like Fedor and Overeem. And the guys he lost to, though, are like pretty good, except when he lost to Eddie Sanchez. All of a sudden, it's like, how did he lose to Eddie Sanchez? Even though I like Eddie Sanchez, actually. He's good boxing, really game opponent. When Rogers is on it, though, heavy hands, good Muay Thai. He actually has some decent knees, which he showed against Abanka Humphrey. And he showed a decent jab against Fedor, actually, of all people. You know, that's the thing. He's not great off his back. His cardio isn't that great either, to be honest. His only win, as of late, is against Warpath. But, sentimental pick here. I'm going to go with the Rogers. Heavy hand. When he's on, his striking is actually pretty good. When he's off, he just looks really bad. Hopefully he's on. And he's coming off, you know, he's had a lot of bad stuff happen to him in his personal life. I mean, a lot of it is his doing, of course. On to the prelim card. We got Dan Spahn versus Josh Stansbury. This is one of the few times where I'm picking the guy coming off the losing streak. Dan Spahn's coming off a 2-fight losing streak, whereas Stansbury is coming off a 3-fight win streak. Spahn, though, solid, you know, decent stand-up. I think he's finding NAFs, pretty much a lot of times. Only 27. I'll go with Dan Spahn to win this one. Next right after that, Tim Carpenter fights John Hawk. Never that impressed with John Hawk, to be honest with you. Tim Carpenter is a pretty big light heavyweight. His only loss ever is to Christian Mpumbu. He has solid Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and his stand-up is improving. He finally got a TKO after like the longest time in his last fight against, geez, I forgot the name of the guy. But yeah, I gotta go Tim Carpenter to win this one. Okay, next right after that, Dwayne Bastris fights Jason Butcher. Butcher actually has an 3-0 undefeated record. 1 win by KO, 2 wins by sub. Trains at Team George Gurgel. You know, Gurgel isn't the best fighter because he always forsakes his jiu-jitsu to fight. The guys he trains are actually, like, really good, or tend to be pretty good fighters. That's the thing. I think he trains like Rich Franklin. Matt Brown is solid. You know, well, I think Brown's a Matt Hume guy, but I think he trained with Gurgel as well. And there's some other guys under George Gurgel that are actually pretty good fighters. However, I do got Bastris winning this one. He's 5-1 record, 4 wins by KO or TKO, 1 win by sub. He is a finisher as well. 2-fight win streak. One of those wins was against Daniel Gracie, actually. Next right after that, Neil Johnson fights Brylan Van Artsdalen. The thing with Johnson, the guy's like trading wins and losses. It's always like 2 wins, 1 loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It's something like that. He's not very consistent. With Van Artsdalen, out of his 6-3 record, out of 6 wins, all of them are by submission. Most of them are, I think, I want to say most, if not all of them, are by choke. So I gotta go with Brylan to win this one. Okay, and finally, EJ Brooks fights Joey Holt. Okay, both guys are undefeated. Joey Holt has never been past the first round. I'm not picking against EJ Brooks this time. I got EJ Brooks winning this one. I think he has a good karate or taekwondo background. He does use some flashy moves. He's only 26 years old, 7-0 record. Got to go with EJ Brooks to win this one. Okay, so that's pretty much it for my Bellator 71 predictions. If you have any comments, just leave them below. And that's it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.